holding the line for the conservative movement. This is Stacy on the Right on Sirius XM Patriot 125.
Welcome. Thank you for being with us this evening on a Veterans Day. That is the US Marine Corps anthem. It's pretty cool. Welcoming into the program, Kate Monroe, U.S. Marine Corps veteran, founder of Border Vets, founder and CEO of VetCom, and House the Heroes. Kate, thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me. I love that Marine Corps birthday hymn going on.
Yeah, we have a little something in store. Yeah, we're so excited about Veterans Day, and also to get to speak to amazing people tonight who have served. Thank you for your service. Talk to us about Veterans Day for you, especially. I have to point out that last week was just such a gift to us as Americans, and now we have Veterans Day. I was hoping that we would be in a celebratory mood when I was thinking about this a few weeks ago.
Oh, I am so pumped off of, last week it's like, birthday after birthday. But, when it comes to Veterans Day, as somebody who is serving veterans every single day still, it's like, Veterans Day is sort of our Super Bowl, but it's Veterans Day every day around the clock here at VetCom trying to help veterans beat the VA. So, this is a special day for us. We always like to honor those that have served and, just impress upon them the importance of helping their families get what they're owed.
So the thing that families who are the families of our active duty service members, I mean, there's quite a bit that goes on. I think most people don't understand how it can be a dire financial situation being on active duty, especially as an enlisted member.
Oh, 100%. When you're on active duty service, you got to pinch every single penny. Everything's, they pay for their housing and their food and everything. Yeah, just barely. Here in San Diego, we donate to a lot of charities that support our active duty service members. And it's amazing to me. One day I went out to and did a food and diaper drive, and they didn't even have peanut butter and diapers for their kids.
So what is the way that we can help and bring some sanity to the situation that these people are facing?
Well, there's a very big difference in the way that we can help active duty service members versus how we can help veterans. Active duty service members, there's a ton of charities out there that we can support to make sure that they get the goods and the help and the support that they need. But we need to make sure that we're also transitioning our active duty service members well into skill bridge programs, that we're leaning in and hiring their spouses as well, because it's hard for spouses to get jobs because they move from base to base to base. It's hard for them to find childcare, and then they end up with a one earner household, and it's very difficult. Out here in San Diego, it's very hard to make it with one income. And then when it comes to veterans, there's a lot of support financially for veterans. Veterans, for the most part, if you come and see us at VetCom, there's a high likelihood that we can get you up to $3,600 a month tax-free for life. So talk about beating inflation.
So then for VetCom, and I do want to have a focus on your organizations for people to kind of understand how they can help, because on Veterans Day, it's actually a fantastic time as Americans. We usually try to help veterans. We usually try to make it a priority to donate, to partner up with an organization. So what are the best ways for Americans to assist veterans during this time?
Well, there's a lot of ways that you can help veterans. I think people on Veterans Day like to say thank you for your service, which makes service members, as you know, feel a little awkward. I always say happy to have served, but it's better that if we're going to say thank you for your service, the next thing that we should say is how can I help? Because veterans need help. Sometimes they just need a listening ear. They need a hug. I had an older veteran tell me it had been 6 months since anybody had even put their hand on his shoulder. And they get so lonely. So they need more of our help. They need us to listen to them. They need help getting health care with caregiver support. They need help fighting the VA. They're sort of fighting their own mind every day and also trying to fight just the battle of life day in and day out. So there's a lot of great organizations out there that you can support. If you know veterans, the best way you can help them is to help them get compensated and get some closure for especially their mental health issues that they face by going and delivering their issue to the VA and getting compensated for it.
Yeah, the the inability to actually, like their inability to be able to just to take care of themselves, that's a serious issue for them. So tell us about each of your organizations so that people can understand, because these are different organizations that you have.
Correct. So VetCom, I'll start with VetCom. We're actually a publicly traded company under stock symbol CEOS. We are a for-profit company, although we're not left with very much profit because it takes 85 people to serve the veteran community here at VetCom, and we donate a ton of money back to PTSD charities. We actually have our own charity with House the Heroes, and we just launched a new one, Freedom Fighters Fund. So VetCom helps veterans get rated and compensated from the VA. House the Heroes is a homeless veteran initiative that we are really proud of, trying to get homeless vets off the street. And then we also had the border vets. When the border was a hot topic when I was running for Congress, I said, you know what, I'm going to go do something about it. And I think if you remember, I went down with razor wire and actually, went and closed part of the border. And then a bunch of other veterans said, hey, Kate, we want to go down and actually do something. And so it became this big band of border vets, and we went down and closed many spaces at the border, just, something that we wanted to do to stand in the gap for America.
Oh, that's actually really good work, especially after the Biden years of just them holding it wide open and even cutting razor wire that had been put up by different governors. And I mean, I again, did you ever think when you were serving on active duty that you would see a time when a sitting U.S. president and vice president would work to keep the border open and ensure that it could not be closed?
No, I mean, I worked in the intelligence community in the Marine Corps, and the thought that anyone would be so cavalier as to offer up our national security and our sovereignty to other nations, at the cost of the lives of young men and women, is disgusting to me. It's appalling. I would never have guessed that this would happen, and that I wouldn't have guessed also that our country would have gotten so soft that we wouldn't stand up and say enough is enough. We just allowed 10 million people in like it was nothing. So, yeah, it's appalling. It's not just appalling to me, but all other veterans and active duty service members, and clearly most of the country, because as you see, we just completely annihilated that entire ideology last week.
It was roundly and soundly rejected. And then the good news is that we now have an opportunity to bring about a true sealed up southern border and new border policy. I think that's so important. Yeah,
I agree. I mean, it's so funny. Everybody's like, look how blue the sky is. I see eagles flying. I'm just very excited about what's to take place. If you notice, he hasn't even fully taken office yet. And here these other countries are sort of going, well, I guess Dad's home. Maybe we should behave ourselves and stop all of our nonsense.
Because behaving ourselves and like not dealing in nonsense, they couldn't do that. They couldn't force themselves to do it when Biden was in charge. And by the way, I say when Biden was in charge, President Biden is still in charge. President Biden is still the president.
We forget he's still the president. I know. It's like, who is the president right now? I think the same person that's been president for quite some time. And I don't think it's been Biden.
Yeah. So President Biden is still in charge, but President Biden isn't the one who's making moves and kind of setting the tone right now. President Trump is.
Oh, 100%. It's like today I was talking about how if you are willing to speak boldly and carry a big stick, it's amazing what can get done. And I think the only reason we didn't get into all-out World War III is because the other countries went, you know what, there's a good chance that Dad will be home soon. And if he is, he's not going to like any of these shenanigans that we have been pulling. So they were doing like half shenanigans. And now that he's back, they're like, well, we better abandon all this and start behaving ourselves. It like reminds me of my brother and I when we were little. My mom would go, oh, my God, you guys wait till your dad gets home.
Yeah, so what's so funny about that is we knew how far we could go. So we would go
correct
to the limit, and then we would stop because we knew if we went any further than the limit that our mom would tell. And when our dad got home, it wouldn't just be, I heard you guys had a day. It would be, oh yeah. So that's how we're rolling when you didn't think I was ever coming home. I'm telling you, these people, I think it's worse than that for them, though, because they did this knowing that the American people could vote. They knew we could vote. They knew we could vote them out, but they did it anyway.
Well, they just banked on the fact that they could, redistrict everything, that they could get enough, illegal voters in. They really are so delusional to not understand that the everyday American has the same kitchen table issues. I am married to a Turkish immigrant, Democrat atheist, and I am a Christian Republican, who served in the Marine Corps. We couldn't be any different. But the stuff we talk about at our kitchen table is the same stuff everyone else is talking about. Nobody banked on the fact that we would prioritize our national security and our own welfare financially over, all this wokeism and all these identity politics.
Well, the thing that we now have is we have something to look forward to. And our veterans do as well, because President Trump was excellent on veterans issues when he was in office the first time.
Amazing.
He was especially careful to make sure that veterans' wait times had been reduced. He was careful to address the concerns of veterans. And he had someone running the VA who really cared about veterans' issues. And I think he's going to go back to that same paradigm, even better, actually.
I think it'll be much better. I've actually advised them quite a bit, sent them all of the things that they need to present excellence to the veteran community. And if they give a tax credit to all veterans, that would be amazing. They give tax credits to everyone else. Stop taxing retirement, then you won't have as big of a recruiting crisis. You'll actually have people wanting to go in and stay in. And all these companies who should be SkillBridge providers, give them tax credits for every head that they hire. And you will stop all this homelessness, all of this depression and lack of purpose. You could fix so many things just doing those three things. And I have delivered those solutions to him, and I am confident that they will execute.
Well, we have only the best is yet to come. We can look forward to those things and more. And I would love for everyone to know how they can support your organizations. Tell everyone which website you'd like them to go to and where you'd like them to donate.
It's not even a matter of donating at this point, honestly. We would love it if you are a veteran or you know a veteran. We want to know, how can I help? If you've been battling the VA and you're not getting paid what you should be, and in less than 4 months from now you'd like to be, $1,000 to $3,600 a month richer, reach out to VETCOM, VETCOMM.us. We have a little form to fill out. We will flat get it done for you and make the rest of all of your Veterans Days amazing.
Can't wait. We have so much to look forward to. We got the best Christmas gift we ever could have asked for.
Yes.
We got the best Christmas gift. There's nothing we could ask for more. We got the popular vote and a mandate. Just so excited about all of it. And also very, very grateful for your time. Kate Monroe, U.S. Marine Corps veteran. Thank you, ma'am, for coming on the show tonight.
Have a great night.
All right, you too.